Oh, yeah. Oh, what has the world just gone? I mean, locally, it's just bizarre. What in God's name? My friends, welcome to the program. Oh, Risers Unite. We need common sense. Common sense has left the building. You expect common sense locally. No. You expect too much. Maron. Hey, kids. My name is Nick Stewart. This is Sunrise Center. I was like, glad you're here. Welcome to the Riser Nation. And it's a good day. It's a good day. Yesterday was beautiful. Was yesterday beautiful? It was very, very nice. And I love it. Yeah. All right. Sound is 5 by 5. Okay. We'll talk about the statue. Yeah, what's common sense? That's a good question, Stanley. It's not a gift anymore, I guess. It's I don't know. It's a rare thing. So anyway, I don't know. Don't give our mayor any ideas. Well, I'm concerned about Bob Cole. That's the one I'm concerned about. Hey, that's quite the idea. Wow. All right, let's do the forecast before we get too far into this thing. Sun and clouds mix, stray shower, thunderstorm, possible high near 91. Chance of rain today, 24%. Tonight, considerable clouds this evening. Some decreased clouds later on, low near 76. I'm distracted. I've got an ad here on my weather thing, and it keeps popping up women in bikinis. I don't know why. Partly cloudy in the morning tomorrow, followed by scattered thunderstorms in the afternoon and a high near 91. Chance of rain, 50%. No, I'm not looking at women in bikinis. It's from my men's clothing store that they do women's clothing as well. I don't know why they're doing that. It's just really distracting. It is 77 in Milton, 83 Gulf Breeze, 81 Navarre, and 78 in Pensacola. Hi. Now, the world has gone mad. Bikinis are awesome, but it's just a little distracting as I'm trying to do the weather. I'm just saying. And besides, they don't fit me right. Okay. Oops. Get rid of that. All right. We got some stuff to handle here before we get to the main thing this morning, right? Oh. So, okay, this is going on. Now, I want to show you this picture. It's very pretty. I don't have a problem with Splash. But it opens December 15th. I don't feel like splashing outside on December 15th. Weather girls, Sandy, they would be my weather girls. I could probably do that. But Splash opens December 15th. Why? It's been a challenging year. We appreciate everyone's patience as we've worked through a number of difficult and rainy months to finally bring you 5-star resort experience you've been waiting for. RV campsites, luxury cottages, and luxury covered wagons. But it's happening December 15th. I don't know. Thank you, Lisa. December 15th is your birthday. That's right. Just mine's the 19th of December. So there you go. Wear your wetsuit. You have to wear something. It's going to be cold. They'll be full of RVs. I'm sure they probably will be. You're correct. But that's a weird holiday travelers. Okay. But do you understand it's kind of an odd thing to open? Not that the venue is bad, just the timing. All right, so this is happening. They've canceled the J Peanut Festival. Oops, let me get rid of that. Yeah, it's getting ahead of myself. The J Peanut Festival has been canceled. because of COVID. They don't worry about peanut allergies. Just COVID. They made the announcement Tuesday. So there you go. Swim in cold water. Christmas break, 86. Okay. Where at, Howard, did you do that? We got to have a December birthday. You know what? We got to have a get together every month to celebrate people's birthdays. Just one time a month. Is that Elton John's winter place in? I don't know. What, this picture? I have no idea. COVID is less dangerous in cold weather, but they said it was going to be that less dangerous in warm weather. I don't know. It started in winter. Well, it will get completed when it gets completed. But do you understand? I mean, peanut allergies. Going back to this, staying on topic because I am a little drifty today. So they're closing. They're canceling the peanut festival because of COVID, not peanut allergies. They don't care about people with peanut allergies. Confronted with rising numbers of COVID-19 cases on its campuses, the Hillsborough County School Board voted Wednesday to require that students and teachers wear masks for the next 30 days starting Thursday. It's a mandate. Students can opt out, but only for medical reasons. The 5-2 vote appeared to flout Governor Ron DeSantis' recent order aimed at preventing mask mandates in schools. It also risks consequences from State Department of Education and the State Board of Education, which have threatened action against the districts that don't comply, including removal of school board members. There you go. Yeah, the canceling of the festival is more loss of revenue for the county. That's why they got to raise taxes. Don't you understand that? Some 39% of people living in Santa Rosa County are fully vaccinated as of August 17th. That's according to data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The CDC considers someone fully vaccinated 2 weeks after they've been given a single dose. Oh, wait. A single dose of Johnson & Johnson or a second shot of Pfizer or Moderna. But they're not doing the Johnson & Johnson. Florida reported 2,920,749 total cases of coronavirus. Really? An increase of 5% from the week before. 5 counties with the highest percentage of the population fully vaccinated as of August 17th are Sumter County at 76%, Miami-Dade at 64%, St. Johns County at 62%, Sarasota at 60%, and Collier County at 59%. It's 39.98% in Escambia and 39.07% in Santa Rosa for fully vaccinated. Far cry from the 70% that Biden wanted. Right. Okay. My friends. My life is complete now. Now, former Escambia County Sheriff David Morgan spent tens of thousands of public tax dollars in order to have a life-size bronze statue of himself last year before the end of his final term in office. Current Sheriff Chip Simmons called the 6-foot 4-inch statue, which arrived last week at the sheriff's office, brash, narcissistic waste. You don't make a statue of yourself, Simmons said Wednesday, and you don't use tax dollars to do it. Former Escambia County Sheriff David Morgan had his likeness cast on bronze before leaving the office. He defended the decision, saying it was not that big of a deal. It's not. People, I was the sheriff at the time. I think people may be wanting to make more of it than it really is. It's just a statue of me saluting the men and women of the Escambia County Sheriff's Office and the first responders that died on active duty. It's that simple. But it's you. It's the rationale. The rationale is out. I don't know. Is this look with all that's going on? Is this one of the most tone deaf things ever? Is this one of the most tone deaf things when in an age where they're removing statues of heroes and historical figures? He makes a statue of himself, not just somebody in uniform. It's a picture of himself. I know, Bo. I can see. Well, we'll get to Bob Cole in a minute because I can see it. I can exactly, or just a generic, right? It is. It's a humdinger. It is. But can you? Yes, he is tone deaf, Howard. So, but can you see? I can see a statue of Sam Parker by a splash pad. I can. I could see a statue of Dave Peach by a blocked off boat ramp access. Oh, my friends. Is this the statue so even shows his lip? Oh my. But look, I want to say this. Well, okay, but I liked David Morgan as a sheriff. I like David. I thought he did a good job, and he was very no nonsense. But this, come on, can you get any more wrapped up in yourself? Can you get? This is probably the worst thing ever. How can you not go? You know what? Maybe this isn't such a good idea. Or what about talking to people around you? Hey, what do you think about this? Don't ask yes men. Remember I said the other day, you surround your people who will tell you the truth. Hey, what do you think about this? Probably not the best idea. But I want to be saluting those officers and first responders. Don't do it. Now let me ask you a question. Would not a portrait of you saluting be better? Yes? Okay. Well, I don't know. Maybe so. I disagree. I didn't like Sheriff Morgan at all. Well, okay, and that's fine. I didn't get any of that, but that's okay. And we can agree to disagree on that. But this, we can agree, this is just the worst. Makes you wonder what else he was doing with the budget. Well, there you go. Yes. There you go. There you go, Keith. Now, this goes all over the place, right? Now you can't get a real feel for what the statue will actually look like until you see bird duty on it. It's got to have bird duty. Well, Stephen, I do think you need one. I do think you need one. But mod on, people. Morgan was a good sheriff. Well, okay. What else? Morgan's true color shining through. Maybe this way he dropped. I don't know why he dropped out of the mayor's race. But I know, Bugsy. That's exactly right. I think you're making too much out of this. This is just crazy. crazy. But I do think I could very well visualize Sam Parker's statue by a splash pad, or Dave Peach by a blocked off boat ramp. I do think it's very apropos. Wow, people. $75,000. Now, there were two statues he got for $75,000. The other one is the former ECSO Lieutenant Jason Potts and a canine. Potts led the ESCO canine unit during Morgan's tenure as sheriff. He's since retired. So he got two for $75,000. I wonder if it's a BOGO. I wonder if it was a BOGO. Buy one, get one. If it was on sale, that's the thing. I know. So here is, canine officer, the leader of the canines. Do not encourage. Well, here's the thing. So let's get to this story because the National Association of Counties, NACO, appointed Santa Rosa County Commissioner Bob Cole. This, to me, friends, is hilarity. Now, I'm not going to post the picture that they used, which was probably about 20 years ago. A much younger Bob Cole. They appointed Bob Cole to serve as an Energy Subcommittee Vice Chair of the Environment, Energy and Land Use. Cole has been a member of NACO for many years, and this is the 9th year to be chosen for a leadership position. In this national position, the District 2 Commissioner will stay updated on developments from Capitol Hill, collaborate on county issues. Now listen to me. You've got to hear this. The NACO Steering Committee is responsible for all matters pertaining to air, water, energy, land use, including water resources and management, stormwater, pesticides, air quality standards, solid, hazardous, and nuclear waste handling, transport and disposal, national energy policy, renewable alternative energy, alternative fuel energies, energy facilities siting, electric utility, restructuring, pipeline safety, oil spills, Superfund brownfields, eminent domain land use, coastal management, oceans, park, and recreation. Nice. Keith says they should have spent $75,000 for General Chappie James. Now, I'm not an anti-Chappie James guy, but he's got enough stuff named after him, right? We got a bridge named after him. You call it the 3 Mile Bridge. So we're celebrating Bob Cole for what? This is, I don't know. We did that one. Tell me you don't get your leadership without vet your leadership. You should vet him. Well, not a statue. What is it? Yeah, I know they don't have a statue of Chappie, but they do have the bridge named after him. They got all kinds of things named after Chappie. I mean, what do you need? What do you want? I mean, he wasn't president. Well, he does put himself in, but look, he's not out of office yet. And we'll see. But this stuff, my friends, is really very crazy. What kind of person does this? Now, if someone wanted to say, hey, you know what? We want to honor Sheriff Morgan. He did a great thing for our county. Let's do this, of him saluting the troops. But that's not what happened. He aimed a gun at Gaddafi and made him stand down. Let me ask you, Keith, Do you refer to the Chappie James Bridge as the 3 Mile Bridge? Or do you call it the Chappie James Bridge? You go down, you're given directions. You go down to the Chappie James Bridge, you go across there. What do you call it? Yes. Very good, Mike. So you don't call the Chappie James Bridge the 3 Mile Bridge? Or do you call it which? Tell me which. No, doesn't tell me. What is it? It's the Chappie Bridge. So that's what you call it. You never refer to it as the 3 Mile Bridge, ever. That's my question to you. And I would dare say that you do call it the 3 Mile. Is a year what? Year salary. Oh yeah, for some people, for sure. Everybody calls it the 3 Mile Bridge. If you want to respect Chappie James, call it the Chappie James Bridge. 3 Mile Bridge is gone. But that doesn't change anything for people. I don't know. Give them a plaque. Yeah. It is a thing. I don't even know. It was called exactly, Justin, because it doesn't change anything. Oh, there you go. You don't remember? There was a big story. It was named after. Can't remember the guy's name now. And he was dead. His son or his grandson or whatever was fighting for it to not be changed, but they want to change the Chappie James Bridge. It's now the Chappie James Bridge. Who cares? It's the 3 Mile Bridge. It will always be the 3 Mile Bridge. It could now be called the Skanska Barge 3 Mile Bridge. But whatever. Yes. Yep. Exactly, Bugsy. We're on the same wavelength. But look, what kind of person does this? I have lost every bit of respect for David Morgan. All of it. This is absolutely the most ridiculous thing in the world. So native sons and what are you talking about? I think you need to have a little less coffee this morning. Ease up, brother. This is so tone deaf. This is absolutely the worst thing you could think of. If he had nothing else going on, that he had to make a statue of himself. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he goes, I don't need to be mayor. I've got a statue. I'm already set in bronze. I mean, who's next? Grover? Is Grover next? What happens? What is the mindset of people? In an era where we are tearing down statues, that we have one made of ourselves. Pretty odd. Morgan is the type of person who needs glorification for him. Well, then he should have bought it with his own money and put it in his yard. At least they didn't rename the new 3 Mile Bridge after someone's dad, like, well, right. Well, then pay for it, Keith. Pay for it. The point is, we didn't need one. We don't need a statue. Everyone needs Jesus. Well, that's true. Who paid for this? The taxpayers paid for it. He used $75,000 of the taxpayers' money to pay for a statue. I know. You're not wrong, Ty. What are they going to do with it now? I don't know. What is bronze recyclable? Can you take it down there, get it recycled, melt down? No, that's a good point. More places for the birds to set. Natasha says, at least we know the dollar amount of his wasted. Yeah, I know. We're trying to find out how much I paid an independent attorney. You are not wrong. What line item in his budget was appropriate for statues? Well, it's what he wants, I guess. 850-771-0049. Just amazing. Just amazing. Had 3 different angles for pictures. Okay. Yeah. Good. Let's recycle it. Let's get some of the money back and then charge him. Take the rest out of his pension. Take the rest out of his pension. Yes. Yep. We should get it back out of him. He should pay for it out of his retirement. Yes. The cost for the independent attorney investigation was $6,000. But the benefits were priceless. Why don't we ever hear incoming phone calls to the show? Because you people are texting. He and Schiebler are indebted to this for a hefty amount. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. With that. We'll see what happens. All right. 850-771-0049. If you want to call in, Keith, and test the line out. I got it just in case. I do have some people call in, but most want to text and use pronouns. I know. All right, let's get rid of that. A Houston nurse who was fired for refusing to receive the COVID-19 vaccine says she doesn't regret her decision. Jennifer Bridges, a former nurse at Houston Methodist Hospital, was fired along with more than 100 others for refusing to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. Bridges says she's wary of the vaccine because she believes it could have a negative effect down the road. Pfizer and Moderna vaccines have been authorized for emergency use, and FDA approval is expected to come this year after huge amounts of pressure from the government. She said even with an FDA approval, she wouldn't trust the vaccine. She says she's not anti-vaxxer and that she has had flu shots before. Bridges has had COVID-19 last year and believes she has increased immunity to the virus and does not need the vaccine. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recommends everyone who's eligible get fully vaccinated because studies have shown vaccine immunity may be more durable than natural immunity. Really? Really? Based on what? Studies. What studies? Have you seen these studies that show that? I know, Bugsy. People don't get it. Do you get it that they aren't showing you these studies? Well, the studies have shown that vaccine is much better than natural immunity. Really? Not seen that study. And who did it? And that's the other question. Now, if you want me to get a vaccine, before we do the vaccine, I want an antibody test. I want a test to see antibodies. If I have antibodies, up yours with your vaccine. But until we do that, I'm not taking it. It is what it is. That's a pronoun. I'm reading that there is a huge pressure being made to stop vaccines altogether. I don't know. We'll see. Manufacturers pay for studies. Exactly. Yeah, government funds the study and tells them the results they want. Yes, it's not science. That's what I'm telling you. It's propaganda. It is not science. There is confusion, Keith, so don't use pronouns. I know. But before I would take a if they're going to force my job on, I don't care if you've had the vaccine or had the virus, you need the vaccine. Well, no, I want an antibody test. I want an antibody test. Mississippi health officials say almost 1,000 hospital beds that could be used to treat patients during the latest surge of coronavirus in the state are unstaffed because of shortage of healthcare workers. That's while Mississippi is facing a record number of people hospitalized with the virus, 1,633 on Tuesday. Jim Craig said that the 73 hospitals in Mississippi requested over 1,451 staff members to treat patients. More than 250 people were waiting in Mississippi emergency rooms for beds Wednesday morning. If those positions were filled, the state could staff 771 medical surgical beds and 235 intensive care unit beds. So the problem is in Mississippi is the medical workers are underpaid. But how many are required to take the vaccine? I don't know from their jobs. I don't know. Where is the WHO in all of this? Good question. If the government pays for the studies, we pay for those studies. Well, yes, we pay for those, but we don't pay for the outcome. The frightening video of seizures and serious side effects from all those vaccines. Well, they're hiding those. They're taking those down as soon as they go up. I don't know. You wonder. What else? Oh, this is crazy. A hospital in Washington State has reportedly removed multiple sick patients from its transplant wait list over their decision not to receive a coronavirus vaccine. I'll let that sink in for a minute. They are taking people off the transplant wait list because they refuse to get the vaccine. Conservative Seattle radio host Jason Rance reported Tuesday that the University of Washington Medical Center has kicked several patients off its organ transplant list in recent months, citing an unofficial policy requiring transplant recipients to be vaccinated against the pathogen. One of the patients, Derek Kovic, a 41-year-old man in need of a liver transplant, informed Rance of the controversial hospital policy last week. Then shortly after, another patient, 64-year-old Sam Allen, came forward with his own story. Allen suffers from a litany of heart-related medical conditions. He told the radio host he had been on the hospital wait list for a heart transplant for more than 2 years. But in June, after doctors discovered that he was unvaccinated and had no plans to change that, he was informed that he would no longer be in line for the transplant. He said it all started following a disagreement over mask wearing at the hospital. The cardiologist called me and we had a discussion. He informed me that, well, you're going to have to get a vaccination to get the transplant. And I said, well, that's news to me, and nobody's ever told me that before. And he says, yeah, that's our policy. After he refused, the hospital sent him a letter in June informing him that he had been pulled from the United Network for Organ Sharing waitlist for a heart. Your name has been removed from the waitlist at the University of Washington Medical Center, the letter read. This was done in follow-up to your recent conversation with providers regarding the heart transplant selection committee's concerns about compliance with COVID-19 related policies and recommendations. Compliance. It's a recommendation. Compliance. I'll check that out later. I don't know what it is. Follow the money. Well, you're paying for it. Yep. Transplants are immoral. Keith, you are on a tear today. So die or die. That's your choice. Transplants, being immoral sounds like I know it is. It is based on bad theology. I don't know. I'm not anti-transplant. Oh, but to force, you got somebody who was waiting for a transplant and they don't want to get a vaccine because of health conditions. Hello? Remember, they said you could opt out for health conditions. No. You got to risk your life to get a heart transplant. It's not bad enough, right? They are out to commit it, to kill us, Lynn. You are correct. It's bad on an organ harvesting ideology. All right. Colorectal what? I don't know what that means. I've lost that one. All right. So Skanska has wiped 5 cell phones clean, all in this period of the bridge collapse or the takedown. That's what the lawyers are saying now. That they have they requested all of the information from these cell phones, texts, phone calls, all that, and they've been wiped clean for this period. There you go. There's no there. There's no information for 5 cell phones. I wonder, shocker. I know, right? Who'd have thought that would come wrong? I know. So I find that this is right. You mean with a cloth? You mean they wiped it with a cloth? Skanska wiped their cell phones clean. That should tell you oodles. That should tell you oodles. The rain, yeah, there was a lot of rain with Sally, so that may have washed them clean. That is correct. Those cell phones should have been confiscated for evidence. Well, it wasn't a criminal thing at first. It was a CYA thing at that point. And so after they got it done, like before as the lawsuit started coming up, that's when they started taking care of that. Because they knew it would come into play. Because if they couldn't confiscate the cell phones if it wasn't criminal. So there you go. But wow. Wow, people. That should tell you everything you need to know. Maybe Skanska ought to put up a statue at the front of the bridge for themselves. That would be a good thing. All the leaders of Skanska get a statue and you pay for it. I love that idea. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, Sheila. But it is this world that we live in. They have lost their ever-loving mind. Why is it that leaders and people just seem to be out of touch? You've got, well, and Natasha, that's what's going to have to be called for. Well, there you go. Jeff. Awesome. That is a great thing. We ought to donate Sheriff Morgan's statue to Skanska as an anchor. I love that. That would be perfect. You get the puppy today. Very bueno, Jeff. Why is it that we seem to have lost touch with, or our leaders have seemed to lose touch with us? Local, we've got some mayors that have no regard for what the people in their cities think. They find that the people are their enemy or they're stupid. You've got Board of County Commissioners that look down at you. You are peasants. You have school board members who think that you're ignorant and trashy. And I find that kind of mindset disturbing. And you should too. You should too. Our sponsor is Gulf Coast Gun. I want to show you this. If you haven't seen Chris Smith's latest rant, you need to check that out. But I was telling you about the shirts. These are absolutely amazing shirts. These are some of the shirts that Chris has for sale in his store. Has a very nice Miami Vice feel to it, right? That is a cool shirt. You see the weapon on there and the palm tree, parrot. I love the look of these. These are great. So this is an amazing one. With white pants, that would be perfect. And nice little stars. But go check things out at Gulf Coast Gun, gulfcoastgun.com. And get your stuff today. He's got some great, those shirts are beautiful. Beautiful. Who's a narcissist? Amanda. There's probably a bunch of them. And we know that Sheriff Morgan's a narcissist. Jimmy Buffett. I prefer to think it's more Miami Vice type thing. Jimmy Buffett's overplayed. He is. It's overplayed. All right. Pentagon leaders said at a briefing on Wednesday that the United States military does not have the capability to help the thousands of Americans stranded outside the Kabul airport, which is now surrounded by Taliban checkpoints. Asked whether the military could help escort Americans outside the airport in Afghanistan to the airport where the evacuations are taking place, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said, "The forces that we have are focused on security of the airfield." He added, "We don't have the capability to go out and collect up large numbers of people because we failed at our job. We'll stay focused on securing the airfield. We cannot afford either not to defend that airfield or not to have an airfield that's secure. I don't have the capability to go out and extend operations currently into the area." And where do you take that? How far do you extend into the area? How long does it take to flow those forces in to be able to fly those? He says flow. To fly those forces into the area to be able to do that. There's an estimated 11,000 Americans trapped in Afghanistan, according to the White House. But we saw this yesterday, that it was between 20 and 40,000. The White House says probably 11,000. It's upward of 40,000. Okay, yes, Amanda, David Morgan. He is a narcissist. But speaking of narcissist, Joe Biden is crazy. He's crazy. Where are they taking them? Who's them, Amanda? Pronoun, bozo, no. The woke military is irrelevant and should not be listened to. Well, they are all appointed by Joe Biden, so you can't trust them. You're right, and you cannot. You cannot. But I will tell you this. The Democrats, there's many Democrats that are way upset about this whole situation, and they are saying that Joe Biden, this could be a fireable offense, that he could have to step down because he is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Just saying. Not as crazy as his loser son. Well, he's drug-addled. He's a crackhead. Biden just has dementia. But they knew it. They knew it. They knew it. And they got what they asked for. Yeah, he did. He did. But why don't you just, the funeral home, I don't know about the others, but I know Dignity Funeral Homes, and it's not advertising for them, but they could take a picture and put it on a canvas and make it look like it's a painting. Why didn't he do that? Him saluting, to our fallen whatever, and do that. But no, statue. Yeah. It's the way Democrats handle things, Sharon. That's the way they do things. But he's the fall guy. It is their way to get rid of him. Lives don't matter to Democrats. You can see that as they abort babies. Lives do not matter to Democrats. It's planned. Well, probably. It is their way to get rid of Joe under the 25th Amendment. They're trying to push the Republicans to get him out under the 25th. She's not going to be vice president. She couldn't handle it. I have not seen that yet. But it's just, he is crazy. He is crazy. But he's alienating the media. Trump talked to him, and Trump had battles with them. But Joe is just out of his mind. He's not giving him information. He doesn't answer questions. If one American dies by the Taliban hand, the Taliban need full wrath of the American military. But they won't happen. It won't happen. Now, let me ask you this. I'm not saying you're wrong, Joanne. I'm just saying it's not going to happen, and here's why. If we were still there, number one, it wouldn't have happened. But if they didn't give them the power to do it right the first time, which they didn't give the military the okay to go in and take care of business. They didn't give them full authority. So they made them hold back. You can't shoot at them unless they shoot at you first, blah, 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 blah. Now, here's the thing, is the American people, even if you supported the military in Afghanistan before, you won't do it a second time. You won't do it a second time. And we can't gin enough anti-snowflake people to be in the military. I know he can't. If it's not on a card, he can't do it, or not on a prompter. Yep. Well, this isn't the real world. We live in bizarro world, and that's the way that works. You're right, Amanda. Our military is not the same anymore. I don't know what that means. But anyway, a return on investment, that'd be EI, wouldn't it? But we've lost all that equipment, all those weapons, tanks, guns, you name it, we gave it to them. We have released all of it. Have it. It's yours. We have Americans that we have abandoned over there. Well, if they can get to the airport, they'll be killed coming to the airport. And Joe Biden goes, there was no good way out. It was going to happen no matter what. Really? Really? Rules of engagement. Sorry. I apologize. I understand now. Yeah, they didn't give them the permission or the leeway to handle business. They put too many restrictions on them. And it was just absolutely the worst thing they could have done. And now they've pulled out, and there's no way to go back in because the American people won't put up with it. Now, the Taliban says you get them out by September 11th. You got till September 11th to get them out. The 20-year anniversary, by the way. You've got till, and what happens after that? What happens after that? I know, and thank you, Corey, for your service. But look at all the soldiers that fought in Afghanistan, and just tell you, it's awful. I know, and he gave them millions of dollars to Iran. So, General Mining needs to step down. Well, they're all incompetent. They're all incompetent. But what are you going to do? But listen, it's going to take Democrats, some good Democrats, to stand up and go, you know what? I can't take this. I cannot take it. This needs to be remedied. And there are some Democrats that are saying that this is a fireable offense for Joe Biden. Now, will that happen? I don't know. What is this? Incompetent or lying piece. I understand. Well, I don't know. I'm beginning to wonder about Bush at the moment. I've had my questions about Bush for a little while. My own people. What is going to happen? What is going to happen? I do think that this was all set up so that the Republicans would scream for Joe Biden's head on a platter and call for him to, the 25th Amendment. You get one moderate Democrat to vote with the Republicans. You get Kamala Harris to abstain because she's got a conflicting thing. And there you go. There you go. I agree with you on that one, Keith. Yeah, both Bushes. I agree, Suzanne. He is. All right. So, yes, there's a school board meeting this morning at 9. There is a Board of County Commissioners workshop at 8:30. Now, Denise, there was a meeting last night. What is? I couldn't find an agenda for the school board meeting. Do you have some info on that? Well, that is a movie, Katie. And I don't know how real that one is. They are beating Americans at checkpoints badly. Well, they take off heads. They do that. They shoot people. Yeah. And this is what they're doing. But they're trying to make it, Denise, you're right, but they're trying to make it so that it's the Republicans' idea to get him out. The Republicans took him out. It's a private meeting this morning. Oh, good. Super secret. Bueno. You got to love these people. Maybe they're voting a statue for Karen Barber with a mask on. There's going to be a new statue of Karen Barber with a mask on, discussing CRT and mandates preschool board. Yep. So there you go. Too much. Is this stuff the craziest? You can't trust local politicians. And David Morgan is a politician, but I did like him. There were some things, I don't agree with everything, but in general, you like him. But this, no. Can't take it. I can't take it. What is next? I wonder if the mayor of Milton will write a letter about that. Or it's just dressing down you guys. One brave Republican to start an article of impeachment. Now, here's my question. Is it a good idea for the Republicans to do impeachment? Because look what you get. You get Kamala. Because do the Republicans play into the hands of the Democrats? Do they do that? Yeah, you need a statue, Suzanne. But do the Republicans play into the hands of the Democrats? Or do they say, nope, you wanted him, you got him. You want him out, you take him out. That would be interesting. You can hamstring him, but leave him in there. You don't want to do that unless you can take them all out. But the Democrats are wanting the Republicans to do it. They set it in motion, and they're wanting the Republicans to do their dirty work. Issue is both parties. You will get Harris. Yes, exactly my point. I'm ordering for myself. I want to be 12 inches off. Okay. Well, you can't do that. With the numbers we got. You got to wait till midterms. Boom. There you go. All right. So this is coming up. Do not forget. Reclaim Santa Rosa is happening on. And this where? Oh, sorry. Oops. Sorry, people. Brain cramp. Reclaim Santa Rosa is coming up on August 27th at 6:30 at Southern Raceway. Put this on your calendar. Make sure you're there. Chance Johnmeyer from Recall, Florida is going to be there speaking. Chris Smith from Gulf Coast Gun is going to be there. Tommy Nichols from Blue Collar Voice is going to be there. Commissioner James Calkins is going to be speaking. Larry Hatu from Gulf Coast Patriots. Convention of States is going to be speaking. I'm going to be speaking. And a demolition derby. Holy smokes, people. It's time to get your county back. I want to tell you that every crooked leader in Santa Rosa ought to be scared of this. No longer can they say, oh, this is just a disgruntled few citizens. That burnt me. The fault of this, you want to know who to blame for this rally? Yeah, it's Navarre Press. A few disgruntled citizens. You know what? I'm going to show you a few disgruntled citizens. We're going to come out in mass. Bring everybody. Bring your lawn chairs. There's going to be concessions there as well. But it's going to start at 6:30. We've got musical guests. I can't release that just yet. Demolition derby. We've got it all. The speaking's going to start about 6:30, 7 o'clock. We'll be done by 9. And then the demolition derby starts at 9. Come, have a great night. It's going to be awesome. And we want to see you there. We're going to be selling mugs. I've got to get the mugs. I've got the mugs. And we want to see you there. It will be a fantastic time. Share it. Share this. Get your friends to come. If they don't watch the show, that's fine. But you need to tell them so that they come out. We need masses of backsides. You know what I'm saying? Let's get everybody out there for this, and let's make a good showing on August 27th. That's a Friday night at 6:30 for Reclaim Santa Rosa. Hey, thank you to Gulf Coast Gun. Go tell them you appreciate them. GulfCoastGun.com, and check out those beautiful shirts. Ew, those are so pretty. I will see you tomorrow for Friday. We are way over time. Have a good day. Stay strong.